welcome to the 4th annual GWA Toy Drive. Before we get into the action and some breaking news and special announcements at this time, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. A very special night here inside the Asylum, the only Saturday night event of 2020 for the GWA, right here to close out the year as we're looking at the light at the end of the tunnel and hopefully some big things on the horizon, including a potential casino return in the spring of 2021. But ladies and gentlemen, remember, during this time, we have to encourage safety first. Please make sure your mask is on at all times, unless you need to take it down to eat or drink and then replace it. The facility has been sanitized. There are hand sanitizing stations all over the building, as well as temperature checks have been done for all the participants on tonight's event. Please do not have contact with the performers today. They have been checked and cleared, and we thank you for understanding during this difficult time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of great announcements here throughout the event, including some breaking news, which I'll get to before we head into our first contest tonight. Of course, this is our fourth annual GWA Toy Drive. Our goal is 1,000 toys. So thank you to everyone who brought an unwrapped toy here tonight to help donate to our great cause. And of course, since we are not at the casino at Dania Beach due to our COVID restrictions, we made this a 2-toy drive event. Of course, our event tonight here, our 4th annual Toy Drive in-ring action here inside the Asylum. And then next Sunday, December 20th, right back here at the GWA from 2 to 6 p.m., a toy drop-off as well as the fish fry. Come on down and get some great food. Tickets are at the merchandise table, $10 a piece. This gets you a fish plate along with 2 sides, cooked by the famous Jim Silvernail and young Ron Costello, as well as Mateo Arroyo. We want to thank everybody for participating in our toy drive and our double weekend event to close out 2020 for a great cause. Raffle tickets are available for a 50-50 raffle. They are $1 a piece or 25 tickets for $20. Let's see who walks away with half the money. And just so you know, you do not have to be present to win, and we will draw that at intermission. We certainly hope you are present at intermission, but that will be drawn at the halfway point of our event. Remember, $1 a piece or 25 tickets for $20 to participate in tonight's 50-50 raffle. New GWA merchandise is in town. Short shirts, masks, and pink shirts available. Check them out at the merchandise table right back towards the entrance of the Asylum. 2021, everybody wants to know what's cooking here in the GWA. Our next event will be Sunday, 4 p.m. on January 17th. You can get tickets right now. They'll be available online next week. And February, we have some very special news. We'll be going to a 2-weekend show event, a Saturday night event and Sunday afternoon event. We will get you some more information on that. The Saturday night event might be a little more edgy. The Sunday afternoon event, a little more family friendly and geared towards our students. So a lot of great things coming up in 2021 as the world seems to stop. GWA continues to push on forward. And remember, next Sunday, we'll complete our toy drive. So if you want to get those fish fry tickets, you can get them at the door all throughout tonight's event. So I don't know who tuned in to our GWA Facebook page before we kicked off tonight's event, but there was a very big post that was made by the office of the GWA, some breaking news coming down. And as I'm about to introduce this breaking news, I want to have a little helper. Who better to help me during the holiday season than Santa Claus himself? As Santa beautiful GWA Tag Team Championship titles. So as Biosuit Man's going to help Santa on into the ring, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, a lot of things have not gone as expected throughout the year 2020, and that includes the GWA Tag Team title situation. As you know, back in March, we were set to crown brand new champions at the casino at Dania Beach. Not just brand new champions, for the first time, champions in the tag team division here in the GWA. Unfortunately, due to everything going on in the world, those events were postponed multiple times until the beginning of November, when we finally crowned GWA Tag Team Champions, where the Dirty Blondes were successful over TC Reed and Gangrel, a makeshift tag team there to close out that event, our anniversary event here, our first one inside the asylum. But folks, the breaking news is coming down over the last couple of days. One half of the Dirty Blondes, Michael Patrick, has suffered an injury that will put him on the shelf indefinitely. And with the GWA heading into 2021, ready to turn the corner and ramp things up as we head into the new year, we want to make a promise to each and every one of you fans. We do not want to head into the new year without tag team champions. And with Michael Patrick on the shelf, Leo Bryan unable to find a replacement, the Dirty Blondes have been stripped of the GWA Tag Team Championships. And here in the season of giving, the GWA can only think of one thing to give back to you, the fans here, watching all around the world on Facebook and YouTube, and the select few here inside the asylum. Tonight, we will once again crown GWA Tag Team Champions! This will be a big-time event. We will see multiple teams participating. One team, TC Reed, Steve Beck, of course, they were slated for that slot against the Dirty Blondes.
What was that? Blake, doth my ears deceive me? an open shot at the tag team titles. What better way to close out 2020 than to have the greatest athletes, the most handsome men, and the all-around best wrestlers in the GWA as all of yours tag team champions. You know what? Let's get real here. Let's get real. It's going to be a slaughter because there is not a team back there that has any fortitude, any of the skill that me or Damien possess. We are a proven commodity at every show we go to around the country. At every show here, we dominate and we decimate everyone. So it's just inevitable. Who is going to do it? Who's going to actually step up and act?
Oh, wait a minute. As ladies and gentlemen, before we're able to really introduce the show here in official capacity, we know that music. That's the Vampire Warrior Gangrel.
Better yet, what is this trash you're talking out here? You know, Chamberlain, you've been known to stir the pot and cause just a little bit of trouble. It's Christmas time. And you know what? GWA says it's the season to begin. So you know what? I got a tag team partner. And if you think you can get through me and him, you can move on to that final there, right?
Girls laying it down here.
Steve Trevor can get a bye.
Number one
contenders. Yeah, so, you know, let's make it fun. One of us, the winner, moves and faces Steve and Trevor tonight. TC, what do you say? But hey, I got a surprise for you because it is Christmas. So I got a present, and it's a really big present. So let's get it. Come on.
So Gangrel looks like he has a tag team partner.
Yo, DJ, get your head out your ass and play the music.
We know that music.
It certainly sounds like a big present has arrived here inside the asylum. As here comes Big Country, and it's the Vampire Warrior and Big Country set to do battle here.
I'm up early with the birdies, ready to get dirty. This ain't a song for you.
As we're set to begin,
What a way to start.
with essentially the winner of this taking on Steve Beck and TC Reed for the vacant GWA Tag Team Championships here, folks. We're going to have to reset a little bit, settle in to our 4th annual toy drive. Once again, I am Blake Chadwick, joined alongside Steve Cadet. We're to kick off the 4th annual toy drive and end to 2020 here in the GWA. Young man is following his path, and it certainly led us some success as Fenrir has torn his way through the GWA, and Chamberlain has resurfaced his issues with Gangrel, and that might come to a head right here. The winner of this matchup goes to the main event and will take on TC Reed and Steve Beck. The reason that TC Reed and Steve Beck get that opportunity is because Steve Beck was on the shelf. TC Reed did not have his partner the first time around, and since the
Just wait. You're right. Come on. And you're all your work to see what you got.
Indeed they are. As bell sounds, we are officially underway. Opening contest here at our 4th annual Toy Drive. Senior official Randy Eller assigned this contest. Number like pickup. Big Country. Right after Fenrir.
Get off him! Get off him!
This crowd is really behind Big Country right now.
And once again, Kid Cadet, you never know what to expect inside the Asylum. I was expecting to kick things off with a singles contest. And here we are, now with the tag team titles on the
line. You had the assist from Santa Claus helping show off the titles.
Santa here on the 3rd night of Hanukkah coming in and making a little bit of an assist. A big-time play during the holiday season, displaying those tag team titles for everyone watching around the world. And I'll tell you what, Kid Cadet, you'll take a look at those titles. Physically, one of the most beautiful belts I've ever seen.
Ooh, I can't disagree there.
Lateral press does not hook the leg. It's a near fall. But you have to look at Fenrir and Chamberlain, their cohesiveness over the last couple of months. That might give them a little bit of an advantage here, at least in the early going.
Definitely. I mean, they seem to be working very well together. They always have each other's backs, and they always seem to be showing up for each other's match, even if they're not booked in it.
So a big-time card here on hand for you fans. 5 matches signed for our 4th annual Toy Drive. Again, the winner of this takes on Steve Beck and TC Reed for the right to walk out of the Asylum. The GWA Tag Team Champions will be only the 2nd ever GWA Tag Team Champions. And Gangrel with a deep arm drag takedown out of the corner brings Fenrir right into the center of the ring. And also, Kid Cadet, taking a look at the card tonight, former champion Lakai will be in action, as well as Kylan King and Ruthie J. And what you have to consider, somewhat of a #1 contendership for that GWA Women's Championship.
Oh, definitely. Ruthie J has... Oh.
As the double team's working here, Big Country lateral press, and a rookie mistake does not hook the leg. But him and Gangrel looking like they're on the same page in the first few minutes.
Definitely. Yes, I was going to mention Ruthie J has been definitely making a splash here. She's one of the newer students here at the GWA, but also she already has the fans behind her.
She's gotten through the unled. She's taken it to Chelsea Durden, and now she has her hands full with Kylan King tonight, one of the most improved competitors all throughout the state of Florida in 2020. As Kylan King has really made some national waves in recent months, and now she's going to try to come to the Asylum. You have to think the winner of that will certainly have their eyes squared focused on Anna Diaz in that GWA Women's Championship.
Absolutely, and I have to say, Blake, holiday season, there's no better gift than this, being at GWA.
And you want to talk about the holiday season, take a look at our poster for this event, our very special guest, Sin Bodie in the house tonight. And from what I understand, coming down from GWA management, they passed along a message. Didn't get a chance to tell the fans at the top, but it's Sin Bodie, the Tokyo Monster Cahagas, one-on-one for the GWA Heavyweight Championship. Something has to give in that crazy matchup.
Really? So that title has to be on the line here tonight. Wow, we got a lot going on, Blake.
We certainly know the winner will walk out with some face paint. Which one will it be? Will it be the Warlord of Weird, or will it be the International Crisis? We will find out a little bit later on. We're guaranteed new tag team champions by the end of the night, and which one of these teams may it possibly be?
And we could possibly have a new GWA heavyweight champion tonight as well.
Indeed we can, and the way that GWA is so unpredictable, for all we know, Anna Diaz will throw her hat in the ring and possibly see a women's championship match as well. But right here, we're seeing that cohesiveness. Alex Chamberlain, Damian Fenrir cutting that ring right in half and isolating Big Country on their half.
Oh. I mean, it kind of takes 2 men to take down Big Country.
Indeed, as he's a physical specimen, used to bale in hay and that real country strong strength. As Gangrel here having some words with our senior official Randy Eller, but the Vampire Warrior is going to need to go back to the corner. As Gangrel trying to rally the crowd here, but Big Country is in a bit of a deficit right now as Chamberlain going to work on that left knee. At Kid Cadet, I was not here at our last event, our autism awareness event, but from what I understand, Big Country had a little bit of a knee tweak at the hands of Mr. Fenrir.
Oh, did he? See, I didn't get to see Big Country at the last event. The last event that I was here for was We Will Overcome, the event that Anna Diaz threw. So that was an also incredible event. Big Country, unfortunately, not attending the last event, but I'm glad to see that he's back in the ring tonight, and it seems like he's overcome his injury.
As they're trying to target that knee, and that's the veteran. Hold on, here we go, lateral press, hooks that outside leg, and a near fall for Fenrir. But that veteran presence of Alex Chamberlain, instilling in his pupil Fenrir, let's isolate a body part and let's attack it. And that's exactly how they've gained the advantage here, picking apart that left knee of Big Country. The bigger they are, the harder they seem to fall.
Apparently, it looks like a tree falling in the woods.
And we'll certainly hear it if it falls in the woods in this case. As Fenrir here driving that shoulder right to the midsection, the quick tag back into the veteran Alex Chamberlain. Chamberlain, a veteran of nearly 20 years inside that squared circle. He's been all around the world, competed in China, has competed in the United States in many different states on national television. He's been pretty much all the way to the top, has Alex Chamberlain. And throughout those trials and tribulations, he's had many, many contests with the Vampire Warrior Gangrel as their feud has been reignited here inside the GWA.
He definitely has. Those two men, I have to say, are very evenly matched, but things are a little bit different here tonight in tag team action.
As Chamberlain turns over Big Country, locks in that half crab, and if you notice Big Country right now, he's not facing his corner. A beautiful job by Chamberlain to really isolate his opponent.
Oh gosh. I bet you're very glad that you're over here in commentary right now and not.
I'm certainly in the ideal position. And you have to imagine, Kid Cadet, all these fans in the Asylum are not at full capacity, but we've got a pretty solid house here tonight. And each one of these fans has to be chomping at the bit, so happy to be back in the Asylum, seeing live pro wrestling right in front of them.
Absolutely, they are socially distancing and happy.
Indeed they are. As Fenrir once again targeting that left leg and knee, as he's going to work on the hamstring area, as Big Country desperately trying to fight from underneath.
It looks like Gangrel's definitely ready for a tag.
And that's one of those situations where he's not just trying to get to his tag team partner. Here we go, Fenrir hooks the leg, and another near fall. Gangrel's not just trying to get the tag and motivate his partner. That's his student as well, and it's a little bit of a teaching lesson in there. Has to be pretty tough for Gangrel knowing, hey, we're in the middle of a tag team title situation, but I also want to see my student learn.
Definitely. Well, he has to be very proud of Big Country.
Indeed he has. As Big Country made a lot of strides in recent months. As there's a spine buster. He picks him up and dumps him right down. But some damage has been done to that left knee. Fenrir's down. Big Country writhing in pain on the mat. Both men here looking to make a tag to the fresh man. Chamberlain's hands outreached. The Vampire Warrior wants to get in there. There's the tag to Chamberlain. And here comes Gangrel. And these two freight trains ready to collide. As Gangrel taking it right to his opponents. And there's the snap power slam. And Gangrel here, dialing it back about 20 years. Look at the motivation here in the Vampire Warrior. Though Gangrel is the head of the Asylum, he's yet to hold gold here in the GWA, as he would love to hold gold with his pupil, Big Country. Oh, could be time for the Impaler, but instead Chamberlain here runs him into the far side buckle, as Big Country and Damian Fenrir are on the outside. Chamberlain and Gangrel, they're the legal men in here.
This is anybody's game, Blake.
And Gangrel, the momentum sends Chamberlain to the apron. And a series of right hands trying to knock him off. And Gangrel, he's going to hook Chamberlain now. Chamberlain, he's on the apron. Oh, he's going for the suplex. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Chamberlain falls on top. Fenrir's got the foot, and they're going to win it.
Have the opportunity in the main event to go against DC Reed and Steve Beck. They earned it.
As Gangrel back on his feet here. conferencing with Big Country. Oh, I don't know if it's the knee you want to smack. Could be a little tough love by the Vampire Warrior. But Kid Cadet, a great way to start off our 4th annual toy drive. And as always here in the GWA, it's an unpredictable turn of events.
Yeah, that's definitely not the first match that we were expecting, but I mean, talk about starting off the night strong. And now making his way to the ring, Blake, we also have to mention we have the Toxic Avenger coming in to do some sanitization for us.
Biosuit Man, the Toxic Avenger himself. He's in there. He's going to sanitize the ring. And once again, talking about tonight's card, we've got a great women's contest on hand. Ruthie J, Kylan King, essentially a #1 contenders matchup for that GWA Women's Championship. And the way that Ruthie J has looked throughout her first couple of bouts, the 3rd time be a charm. Will she get another victory and put herself possibly in championship position?
I guess we're going to find out pretty soon in a couple matches, Blake.
Indeed, and again, a couple of title matches on the line. Sin Bodhi challenging the Tokyo Monster Cahagas for that prestigious GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. And now, as we know, tonight's main event, it's Alex Chamberlain and Damian Fenrir taking on TC Reed and Steve Beck to find out who the 2nd ever GWA Tag Team Champions will be.
Well, we saw what they did in order to win this first match, so I'm definitely curious to see what they have up their sleeve for the main event.
So as Biosuit Man continues to film, or rather clean the ring, Kid Cadet's going to go back in the ring and get the action restarted here at our 4th annual toy drive.
All right, GWA, what do we think about that opening match? All right, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from the darkest wild, he is Beastley! And his opponent from Leogon, Haiti, weighing in at 250 pounds, give it up for Lakai!
And here he comes, a man who held the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship for nearly 1 calendar year, from June 2019 until June 2020, when he dropped the gold to the current champion, the Tokyo Monster Cahagas. He's had his hands full with the international crisis in an attempt to regain that title for the last 6 months, as he's been embroiled in that feud. Tonight, he will take on a different opponent. The unorthodox offense of Beastley will be present here in this one. And the experience, the numbers game, just about everything sides with Beastley. But Lakai, we talked about Steve Beck and TC Reed being popular. When it comes to the singles competitors, Lakai very well could be the most popular single in all of the GWA.
I would definitely have to agree with you on that. I think people are ready to see some gold around Lakai's waist.
And Kid Cadet, you announced him at 250 pounds. He looks as chiseled as ever. I don't think I've ever seen Lakai in this good of condition. And you have to imagine there's one reason, that chip on his shoulder looking to regain that GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. Bell sounds, we're underway. Second contest here at our 4th annual toy drive. Beastley one-on-one with Lakai. Senior official Randy Eller once again assigned to this contest. These two bulls locking horns right in the center of the ring. And again, Kid Cadet on the outside of the ring. The presence felt of the unled. And there mysterious woman.
Yeah, and I also think, I don't know if you noticed when he was making his way to the ring, Blake, but Beastley, slightly dirty. I think we need to get a vat of some sanitizer, dunk him in it. I don't know if I'd want to be wrestling Beastley tonight.
Beastley needed to be sanitized before being sanitized was cool.
Yeah,
As
very true.
Lakai trying to wear him down with that front chancery here. As Beastley, though he does have a series of unorthodox offense in his playbook, he does know how to wrestle when it comes down to it.
That he does, but he also has some help outside the ring over here tonight, a fellow member of the Unled.
Side headlock applied here by Beastley. A victory by Beastley, of course, with Lakai still embroiled in his feud with the Tokyo Monster Kahagas, might throw his hat in the ring in terms of contention as we turn to 2021 for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship.
I think we definitely have a lot to look forward to next year in
Indeed, we
2021.
do. A lot of big-time events, as I talked about at the top of the event. Our next event, Sunday, 4 p.m. on January 17th. That will be our first official show of 2021. And then coming down just shortly after that into the month of February, Saturday night events, Sunday afternoon events, a little bit of a different flavor each night. A lot coming down here in the GWA as the calendar turns. Now, I don't know if you want to test Lakai here as Beastley. Oh, he's going to take a bite out of him.
Oh, delicious.
Doing his best Mike Tyson impression right on the shoulder of Lakai. Off the ropes he goes. And look at the power. 250 pounds Lakai driving that shoulder right into Beastley.
I think that's one of the things about Beastley, Blake. I mean, he plays those mind games. He's not afraid to take a bite out of you or out of crime.
Into the outstretched arms of Lakai. And he dumps him down with the scoop slam. And Lakai's taking on the who's who here in the GWA. The Tokyo Monster Kahagas. He's gone one-on-one with Alex Chamberlain. He's taking on Gangrel. And wait a minute. NVIDIA on the outside. She has the hat of Lakai. And I'll tell you what, Kid Cadet, physically she's not going to necessarily make a difference in this matchup. But these mind games by NVIDIA are exactly what separate her and the Unled from the rest.
Definitely. I mean, I don't know whether I'd want her touching my hat either.
You want to talk about a sanitization afterwards. As Lakai, I don't know if he wants to wear the hat in the middle of the ring. As Beastley comes in with that basement drop kick, sending Lakai crashing down to the floor. Minimal padding or protection on the outside, but Beastley in the unorthodox environment, Kid Cadet, that's exactly where he feels right at home.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that Lakai lost his hat again, unfortunately.
As Beastley trying to go to work here, Lakai coming right back, the double palm thrust right to the throat against the former champion. Gonna keep Beastley in control as he sends Lakai back into the ring. And we know EVK is in the house. We know Ozzy Killmeister is in the house. You never know how many members of the Unled could pop up at any moment at any given time.
They're everywhere.
Indeed they are.
And they're multiplying, like gremlins.
And here we are in the holiday season. You never know what really could pop up. We've seen all kinds of different things from them throughout the years. As Beastley continues that unorthodox offense, drops the headbutt right into the chest of Lakai. There's a cover, no lateral press, that only gets two. As Lakai tries to push on through. You have to think Lakai here, still a youngster in the business, has to have in the back of his mind the Tokyo Monster. That might have been pushed too far to the forefront, and he might have been underestimating his opponent here this evening.
Well, I mean, now that he's seen the Tokyo Monster in action, I think maybe he's learned a couple things, and I think for the next time that he does have the opportunity, I think he'll be ready for it, Blake.
And you know, as long as Lakai is able to get to a monitor backstage, he will be watching very intently when Kahagas defends that heavyweight championship against Sin Bodhi a little bit later on. As there's the belly-to-back suplex, dumps Lakai right on the back of his neck. Randy Eller checks in. Lakai will continue. There's Beastley with a cover.
Another two.
Little cocky right there, and again a near fall for one of the leaders of the Unled. As Beastley trying to
vicious chop.
Once again get into the head of Lakai and those signature Unled mind games. And you have to remember the numbers game led by NVIDIA is why we're exactly in the position we're in right now.
Definitely, and I like that nail move.
As Beastley there, the Irish whip reversed into the far side, buckle by Lakai. He comes charging in, sidestep by Beastley. This could be the opening he needs. And Beastley, that flying headbutt.
Beastley's definitely out for something tonight. I'm not sure what it is, but it seems like Beastley has something to prove here at GWA.
Not necessarily the conventional basics you will learn in the GWA, but Beastley brings his own brand of offense, and it's working right now.
And Kid Cadet, we could be 3 seconds away from a little bit of an upset here. As Beastley, trying to hook him, could be going for that twisting slam. Lakai here trying to power out. And Lakai throwing that elbow right into the midsection, trying to create a little bit of separation here. Lakai's got him. Exploder suplex. Launches Beastley nearly halfway across the ring.
Yeah, he got some airtime on that one.
Indeed he did.
The crowd now getting behind Lakai.
As the Leogon Haiti native back to a vertical base here. As Beastley throwing some forearms. These two exchanging blows right in the center of the ring. Back and forth, tooth and nail they go. Our second contest of the 4th annual GWA Toy Drive. And Lakai chops him down like a tree. Like he's in the jungles of Haiti. Looking for his dinner. Just sifting right through there. Taking down Beastley. The Irish Rip reverse there in the near side buckle. Lakai puts on the brakes. Beastley eats the back elbow. And Lakai upstairs. And that leaping, twisting chop. Showing off the athleticism here. And Kid Cadet, the shirt's coming off.
The shirt's coming off.
Lakai must mean business. He's got him in position now. He picks him up. The big front slam. In position. This could be it right here.
Oh.
That leaping elbow. He must have got 4, 5, 6 feet in the air right there. 1, 2.
Oh, and he kicks out.
And Beastley throws that left shoulder up at the nick of time, staying alive in this contest.
I thought that was it, Blake.
And you have to wonder, at this point in the match, when it looked like it was all over, what will the Unled do to possibly turn the tide back in their direction? As Lakai here trying to measure him up. He turns him around now. Sends him for a ride. Oh, looks like he was going to catch him. Oh, Beastley!
Oh, again with the bite.
Has it well scouted, goes for the bite. Now he's going for the double underhook.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
And that overdrive type maneuver. Wait a minute. And Lakai kicks out at 2. He barely got to 2. Beastley's put away many opponents with that move. Impressive strength by the former champion. And now Beastley, he's calling for his chain. Kid Cadet, this could be the end here.
First he bites, then he gets the chain. I don't like these dirty tactics of Beastley. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here tonight.
As this match, of course, disqualifications are in effect. He has to be careful, but he's going to walk right into that swinging side slam. That should do it. Lakai's got the cover, hooks the outside leg. 2 and 3.
Here is your winner, Lakai!
So just as it looked like the numbers game was going to play a role, and Beastley might pull off somewhat of an upset, Lakai saw it coming, ducked underneath the chain, hit his signature swinging side slam, and Kid Cadet, 3 seconds later, the former champion, back in the winner's circle here in the GWA.
Big night here for Lakai. Huge night. I have to say, though, that was a great match between them. You know, leaving aside some of those unorthodox tactics by the Unled, but at the end of the day, like you said, Blake, Lakai was able to pull off a W.
So a hard-fought victory, and it's one of those situations where we expected the numbers game of the Unled, the mind games, what they do best. We thought that might come to fruition right here and possibly yield a victory. NVIDIA couldn't be enough of a difference maker. I don't think that says as much as Unled's plan didn't come to fruition, as much as it says Lakai has a chip on his shoulder and he's ready to get back in the title picture here in the GWA.
That he is, and we'll have to see later tonight, you know, in the future, if you will be facing Tokyo Monster again, or, you know, if Sin Bodhi ends up winning the title tonight.
Sin Bodhi, of course, our very special guest tonight at our 4th annual Toy Drive. Sin Bodhi and Gangrel, they go back many, many years. Former tag team champions in the Pacific Northwest. They've been on the same side. They've done many battles all over the world. But Gangrel invited Sin Bodhi here into the asylum, into his house. Put on a very special seminar earlier on for some of the students of the GWA. You can check out GWAFlorida.com as well as GWA on Instagram and Facebook when you're not watching this live feed to check out some great photos from today's seminar. But of course, Sin Bodhi is in action tonight, and he might be returning in the future if he can get by the Tokyo Monster Cahagas.
Definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And once again, just to mention it, we also have some tag team titles up on the line again tonight. So
the tag team titles will be on the line in our main event. Guaranteed new champions before we walk out of the asylum and walk into 2021. One champion not on the card tonight, the 3-time GWA Women's Champion, Anna Diaz. She's in the house. She's going to be scouting at a #1 contendership. Her next challenger We're going to find out who it is. It's coming up next. Kylan King one-on-one with Ruthie J.
All right, why don't we have one more round of applause for your winner, Lakai! And GWA, I also want to mention that you still have time to buy those raffle tickets. It is a 50-50 raffle. It's $1 each or 25 for $20. And you can walk away with half of our money. Once again, you do not need to be present in order to win. All right, are you guys ready for the next match? The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Paynesville, Ohio, she is the queen of crazy. It's Kylan King! And her opponent, residing in Miami, Florida, give it up for Ruthie J!
About 6 weeks ago, I sat right here and introduced Ruthie J for the very first time to the entire world here in the GWA. A couple of wins later, and now she's looking to put herself in position to become the GWA Women's Champion. But she's going to have to get through the Queen of Crazy, Kylan King. It's going to be a hell of a contest here, featuring two of the top stars in the GWA Women's Division, as they will be on display. Anna Diaz, the three-time champion, she's watching in the back on a monitor. She's going to be scouting this one, as she has to be wondering who her next challenger will be, as this is officially a #1 contenders bout to determine who will head into 2021 with eyes on the gold. Is Kylan King there, the go-behind, against Ruthie J. And an interesting take here, Kid Cadet. Ruthie J, one of the students of Gangrel. Kylan King, of course, trains here as well, but a man we've seen on a couple of times here at the GWA, Billy Gunn, the original trainer of Kylan King, as well as the Dudley boys. So a lot of history in this ring in terms of the trainers and hopefully moving forward with the students.
Definitely, and like you said, we've been watching Ruthie J since her debut, and I think like she's already come leaps and bounds, but you never know what you're going to get with the Queen of Crazy.
And you can see right there the power and strength of Kylan King trying to throw off Ruthie J into the corner, but the athleticism of Ruthie J, she certainly knows how to get it done inside that ring as she lands on her feet and showing that she is a bit elusive inside those ropes.
Definitely. And, you know, we've gotten the opportunity recently to see Kylan King on AEW. This has been so big for her, and we're so honored to have her back here tonight at GWA.
She's taken it against the top stars around the world. She's picked up wins. She's really building some momentum. And what better momentum for getting national television, but to come in here to South Florida and essentially be the queen of the women's division, knocking off Anna Diaz, a three-time champion. That would be a feather in the cap of Kylan King. As Ruthie J sends her for a ride. And you can once again see the size and strength of Kylan King on display. Takes her down with that shoulder tackle. Off the ropes one more time she goes. Ruthie J, look at that athleticism.
Huge leap.
With that leapfrog. Here we go, and a deep arm drag takedown. Kylan King been studying some Ricky Steamboat film right there.
That she has.
Indeed, one more time, down goes Ruthie J. And Kylan King now ducks underneath. Gonna turn her around, and King with the scoop slam. Lateral press hooks that outside leg, too.
Kick out at 2.
And a near fall. As we've seen some top competitors come through the GWA, former champions Chelsea Durden. We've seen Rocky Radley win the title on multiple occasions. Of course, Anna Diaz, a three-time women's champion. We've seen Celeste here before, former WWE Divas champion. A lot of top stars come through the GWA. Who's going to stay atop the mountain as we head into the new year? As Ruthie J there, trying to head scissors out of the corner. Oh, is Kylan King. Look at that. Just tossing her like a rag doll. And once that bell rings, Kid Cadet, Kylan King, her focus changes, and she really means business.
It seems like to me, Blake, that she's going for Ruthie's head. It seems like she's trying to like inflict pain on her brain.
As this one started out pretty even, and of course these two showing each other sportsmanship. But Kylan King does not care how nice Ruthie J is. She doesn't care what she likes on Instagram or Facebook. Kylan King is here to win some titles, and she's not here to make any friends.
Ooh, that one hurt me.
As that one reverberated all throughout the asylum. And once again, you can really see that confidence oozing out of Kylan King. She is really taking her game to another level.
But Ruthie's hanging in there, Blake. We definitely have to mention that. Ruthie is holding her own.
And you have to really give it to Ruthie J, showing off that resiliency, not folding like a house of cards, really staying involved in this contest. The Irish whip to the far side buckle. Ruthie J, that athleticism to create a bit of separation. But Kylan King,
Into the second turnbuckle.
And the STO right into the turnbuckle.
She's just dragging her around.
2. And Kylan King, a near fall, as our senior official Randy Eller says that's only 2. As Kylan King having a word with our official.
I think she was trying to explain her tactic there. This didn't work.
She remains in control. She did not do anything illegal from my vantage point.
Oh.
And she's going to light her up like a lamp.
No.
One more time. They say there's the... Here we go, charges in, and Ruthie J with the sidestep, and Ruthie J with the corner clothesline, trying to stay one step ahead of Kylan King, utilizing her quickness and elusiveness. There's the shoulder right to the midsection, the sunset flip from the outside in. Here we go, 1, 2. And you have to think here, if Ruthie J wins this matchup, despite her having some success in recent weeks, this would be considered an upset.
I couldn't agree more, but you know, I definitely think that she has the chance here to win.
And Ruthie J with the head scissors takedown. A little lucha libre on display by the youngster. Ruthie J off the ropes, here she goes. Hits that splash, 2. And that's a near fall. Randy Eller says Kylan King slips the shoulder up. Ruthie J won her first match against NVIDIA with that Blue Jay. Her version of that submission.
Oh, but Kylan's just throwing her around.
And Kylan King just dumps her over her head right there with that fall away slam. Oh, and the roundhouse kick, that's gonna stun her. Now Kylan King picks her up and drops her face first on the mat. That's gotta do it. 1, 2, 3, and we've got a new number. That aggressiveness kicked in, and it really looked like she took her game to another level. And I just think at this point in time, Ruthie J, she's not quite there yet, and did not have enough to get through Kylan King, as the Queen of Crazy pulls off the victory and is now the #1 contender. And as we head into 2021, possibly on January 17th, that is where Anna Diaz will defend her title against Kylan King. Folks, this time we're about to take a very brief intermission. We're going to stay tuned right here on the GWA Florida Facebook and YouTube channels. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We're about to do our 50-50 raffle. We have some very special announcements. We'll be back with more action here at our 4th annual toy drive in just a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief 15-minute intermission. So you guys still have time to purchase those raffle tickets. The 50-50, they're $1 each, 25 for $20. You can walk away with half of our money. And also, make sure to check out the merch table. There are new GWA shorts, skirts, shirts, masks, and there's pink available at the merch table. So make sure to go check that out. We'll be back with some more action in just a
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes until we draw our raffle winners, and then come back with the second half of our 4th annual toy drive, where we will see the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship on the line, and then cap things off to crown brand new GWA Tag Team Champions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for our raffle drawing. 50-50 will be our first prize, and then our second and third runner-ups will receive $20 gift cards to the quarterdeck. All right, so I think we're going to have our first drawing here. Let's please welcome the mayor, Ms. Lori Llewellyn. Now commissioner here at the city of Dania Beach. So here we go. So Jimmy's going to open it here. It's been under lock and key, and Lori's going to dig in deep. As you can see, she's not looking. Her socially distanced selection. So let's see here. Our raffle ticket, this will be for the 50-50 winner. It'll be for $158. That'll be certainly a nice night out or two. So here we go. Your winner, 0916297. 0916297. Do we have a winner? We've got a winner. Let's confirm these tickets. Here we go. 0916297. You are our winner. And you'll meet Jimmy right up there at the back, or the front rather, at the conclusion of this drawing to claim your prize. Now, for one of the $20 gift certificates to the quarterdeck, let's see who will be the winner. Here we go. $20 gift certificate, 0916238. 0916238. Do we have a winner? 0916238. Of course, we do have some of our participants watching on Facebook and YouTube, so they very well might not be in the house right now, so. Marco Salvino, another dignitary here from Dania Beach. And Marco, a nice gesture during the holiday season, will be donating that gift certificate to one of the youngsters here in attendance. So whoever wins that, certainly go thank Marco Salvino. As we're going to draw our final winner here. One more $20 gift certificate. And then we're going to get to some title action. All right, here we go. Our final gift certificate, 0916240. 0916240. Do we have a winner? 0916240. Anyone? Ah, the fix is in. Marco Salvino. Marco Salvino, very generous gesture here to the GWA. So we're going to go ahead and pass these gift certificates along to two lucky youngsters in attendance tonight. So thank you to everyone who participated in our 50-50 raffle. Maybe next year. All right, we having a good time so far tonight, GWA. Man, it feels great being back here on a Saturday night for some pro wrestling. So we've got two matches left to go here on tonight's card, and as you know, both of these bouts will be for championships. We're guaranteed new tag team champions, but who's ready to see two of the craziest, two of the weirdest, two of the most accomplished men from around the world compete right here in this ring for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship? Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship.
we are very thrilled to have Sin Bodhi right here with us at GWA. Sin Bodhi making friends with the audience here. Coming to the ring now. GWA. Florida Heavyweight Champion. We've seen him many times here before, folks. At the last event, Tokyo Monster was successful in defending his championship. We'll find out again if he is once again successful in defending the championship tonight. This is our second event, folks. We still have lots more action. Tokyo Monster, Sin Bodhi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. When the bell rings, the man in charge, GWA Senior Official, Randy Eller. Introducing first, the challenger, standing to my left and fighting out of Las Vegas, weighing in at 666 deep fried donuts. He is the Warlord of Weird. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sin Bodhi.
I hope he's willing to share some of those donuts.
And his opponent to my right and fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 227 pounds. He is a former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. He is the first ever NWA Triple Crown Champion. The International Crisis, the Tokyo Monster. He is the GWA reigning and defending Florida Heavyweight Champion, Haggis. One fall, 30 minutes for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship.
All right, well, I'm waiting for Blake to rejoin me over here at commentary. Both of these men look like they're ready for this title match. And I have to say, I'm a big fan of those shoes, or the boots, that Sin Bodhi is wearing tonight. I feel like those are definitely my style.
So once again, Blake Chadwick here alongside Kid Cadet. The stakes have been set. The table has been made. We are set for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship on the line. And I can tell you one thing, this one is about to get weird.
And I love weird, so I've been looking forward to this match since it's been announced, Blake.
Sin Bodhi, of course, our very special guest. We talked about it earlier on. He put together a great seminar for some of the students here of the GWA. And now he's going for the richest prize in South Florida. You see that title displayed high? As bell sounds, we're underway. GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship is on the line. The International Crisis, the Tokyo Monster Haggis, defending against the Warlord of Weird, Sin Bodhi. One fall, 30-minute time limit. Senior official Randy Eller assigned to this contest.
I have to say, you know, this is Sin Bodhi's first time going after this title. I feel like, Blake, he might have the right head games in order to beat the Tokyo Monster.
We talked about mind games earlier on with the unled. I don't know if anybody brings the mind games more than Sin Bodhi here on this card tonight, as Sin Bodhi looking to turn a page here into 2021 and perhaps become the man in the GWA. We want to talk about a learning tree here in the GWA. Of course, everyone sits under the learning tree of the Vampire Warrior Gangrel. Sin Bodhi studied for many, many years under the legendary Jake the Snake Roberts.
Wow, very impressive, and that definitely shows.
Currently has a school out in Las Vegas called the Snake Pit, running it alongside Jake the Snake. So it's essentially another teacher being brought in to teach the students, but on the way to those teachings, Sin Bodhi having an opportunity for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship.
But just to make sure there's no snakes here tonight, Blake, right? We're good.
Not to
over here.
my knowledge.
Okay.
I mean, Halloween was a few weeks ago.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, there's definitely something happening here. I don't know what's going on in the brain of his.
And you see Sin Bodhi there. He wears that apron. He's got all kinds of colors. He's got furry animals on his boots.
I'm raiding his closet later. I'm about that.
But I will tell you something, Kid Cadet. Sin Bodhi is an accomplished amateur wrestler as well. This guy can get on the mat and roll around with you as well.
Wow, very impressive.
He can go Broadway if necessary, but with the Tokyo Monster Cahagas, it's tough to get out of the 5-6 minute range. But we'll see how he's able to fare here against the longtime veteran, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the first ever NWA Triple Crown Champion.
Looks like they're definitely sizing each other up here.
As Sin Bodhi here going to work there on the shoulder of Cahagas. Cahagas at 227. Looks to be the leanest he's ever been, in great shape ever since securing that championship back in June.
You can definitely tell that he wears it with pride.
And of course, the Tokyo Monster affiliated with Thunder Championship Wrestling, which is a promotion up in the Central Florida area that has housed many GWA heavyweight title matchups. And you have to think here, he could be looking to take that back home and compete throughout the rest of the state of Florida with that GWA Florida heavyweight title. The go behind into the hammerlock here by the Tokyo Monster. Trying to wear down Sin Bodhi, grabs the waist lock. And this is that feeling out process here as both men trying to gain an upper hand in the first couple of minutes. And there's the takedown by the challenger. And now he's going to work on the left arm of the Tokyo Monster. They're driving those knees right to the forearm. And the way Cahagas won the GWA Florida heavyweight title, he picked up Lakai and stuffed him into the mat. If that left arm's compromised, Kid Cadet, I don't know if he's going to be able to lift up anyone in this matchup.
I couldn't agree with you more. He's definitely working his arm the way that he knows how.
As the Warlord of Weird.
Warlord, I love that nickname.
Certainly looking to cook something up right here. He's got the apron on. He looks to be stepping into some sort of kitchen. Could be Hell's Kitchen here with Cahagas.
You mentioned the donuts earlier. I'm still thinking about the donuts.
666 deep fried donuts. I don't know if I'd be able to get up and compete for the heavyweight title if I was consuming that at Redefine's cheat day. As the Tokyo Monster here has Sin Bodhi in the near side corner. The Irish whip, it's going to be reversed. And Sin Bodhi there twisted Cahagas all around, right back into the near side. Not exactly the trip Cahagas was expecting to take.
I mean, it's definitely a trip.
And conspicuous by his absence tonight, Kid Cadet, the voice Justin Michaels. And ever since Justin Michaels arrived in the GWA, the stock of the Tokyo Monster has gone through the roof. And without him here, you have to think that could compromise his ability to retain that title and head into the new year still the champion.
That it could, but you know what? Even with Justin, I feel like the Tokyo Monster is still in his brain. He's thinking about, you know, the encouraging words. You know, we'll have to just see what happens here tonight.
It has been one hell of a 1-2 punch when you take someone as accomplished as Cahagas, you pair him with the voice Justin Michaels. They've run roughshod over the GWA throughout the summer and fall months. But without Michaels here, it does even the playing field a little bit as Cahagas will force the break. But look at Sin Bodhi here, moving from the top right down to the bottom and staying one step ahead of the GWA Florida heavyweight champion.
I don't think anyone was expecting this matchup here tonight. I mean, these two guys, they have two completely different styles, and I think that they're trying to figure out how to work it out. Sin Bodhi maybe more with the mind games and the donuts, which, once again,
as the crowd does seem to be getting behind Sin Bodhi, he did have a little bit of a presence coming out here. I'm not sure the crowd knew exactly what to expect, but he seems to have won them over throughout the first couple of minutes here. I don't know as much if it's that him winning him over, but the crowd simply does not like Cahagas.
Is that what it is?
As, of course, you look at Lakai, one of the most popular men in the GWA, and that's who Cahagas took the championship from. So by default, Cahagas is not going to have a whole lot of supporters here inside the Asylum.
Definitely. Definitely. I think, well, we'll see what happens here tonight. We'll see if Lakai gets another opportunity.
Taking a look here at ringside, the beautiful GWA Florida heavyweight title shining throughout the lights, and will be around the waist of one of these two men when we leave the arena this evening. As Cahagas coming back here with a pair of forearm shivers, and look at Sin Bodie, sweeps the leg, and now going to work on Cahagas. Two longtime veterans competing for glory here at our 4th annual toy drive, and look at Sin Bodie.
I feel like he wore the toys tonight on his boots. I mean, those probably don't have those toys.
As the funk, I think, is ringing all throughout the arena. I don't know if that's from the boots or Sin Bodie might open the gas tank a bit. As Cahagas now on the outside. And Kid Cadet, this looks a little bit familiar. Go back to July of 2019, the casino at Dania Beach. It was Cahagas one-on-one with Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. They battled all throughout the casino. This one reminiscent of that right here, but again, disqualifications are in effect, countouts are in effect, and that only helps the champion.
That it does. I'm just hoping that we're going to be safe over here.
We seem to be safe
No
and secure at our broadcast location, but folks, we might have to get up and hightail at any minute here if these two continue to work their way around the ring. But
I know where the exits are.
we certainly do know where the exits are, as Cahagas has sent the Warlord of Weird back inside the squared circle, and now Cahagas picks him up and dumps him right on the back of his neck with a belly-to-back suplex. Here we go, let-out press, hooks that outside leg, and the Tokyo Monster gets a near fall right there as he seems to be favoring his right arm. Here we go, crucifix, 2, and a heads-up move by Sin Bodie. Always active on that mat. That's one thing you have to be aware of if you're Cahagas there. Sin Bodie will not give up or will not let up at any point in time.
That's what it certainly appears to be like here tonight. I have to say, Blake, start to finish so far tonight has been an absolute A+ of a show. And
Tag team titles, impromptu new champions we will see here at the conclusion of tonight's event. Alex Chamberlain and Gangrel, their issues continue to mount. Kylan King becoming the #1 contender for the GWA Women's Championship.
I definitely look forward to seeing her face Anna Diaz one of these nights.
Indeed, that could very well kick off 2021. And Sin Bodie with the scoop slam right in the center of the ring. And he looks to be putting Cahagas in position. And Kid Cadet, from what I understand,
yes?
we know about the 666 deep fried donuts, but he calls this the funnel cake.
Oh, no. No, ma'am.
So we're taking a trip to the next carnival booth.
I have a feeling that was the first time that Tokyo Cahagas has been in a ring with someone like, oh, wow, I don't.
And the Warlord of Weird sending out the crazy vibes right here. And the unorthodox offense, almost a modified tarantula right there.
I don't know what I'm watching.
As Sin Bodie now goes back to the outside. And remember, the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship is hanging in the balance here. As Sin Bodie, he's putting himself in high-risk position. He needs to be careful as he's hanging himself upside down. And Cahagas catches him with a right hand between the eyes.
Taking advantage.
And Sin Bodie, that might not have been the exact maneuver he should have gone with, but he does remain in control right here as both men back inside the squared circle. And Cahagas, he's trying to regain control with the offensive attack.
Could this be it?
The Snapmare tries to get him up and over. Randy Eller says it's only 2, but now Cahagas looks like he's trying to cinch him in for possibly a submission hold.
Oh, boy.
And it looks like he wants,
What
I don't know,
is
some sort of
that?
modified surfboard perhaps. Digging that, thought he was digging the knee right into the small of the back, but instead he's gonna step up here. He's wrenching on that left leg. He's got the right leg on the face of Sin Bodie.
I've never seen anything like that.
And Cahagas digging deep into the playbook here.
Sin Bodie definitely feeling it. Shaking it off.
And Sin Bodie, you hear the support of the crowd inside the asylum, and you have to imagine everyone watching around the world on Facebook and YouTube would love to see a brand new GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion on our first and only Saturday night event of 2020.
And what an event that it's been.
Certainly feels somewhat normal here in the asylum tonight. Only the 3rd ever event inside the brand new asylum. The much larger GWA is the way things have gone. More students, more lighting, more rings,
And because,
more space needed.
Because of the space, like you mentioned, they are able to socially distance everyone watching that is here in person. They've done a fantastic job of following all the protocols.
GWA right on top of all those protocols, temperature checks, sanitization, socially distancing, everybody on top of things here to give you the best product around. And Sin Bodie here on the comeback trail Trying to get back into this contest. The Irish whip here to the far side buckle. Right in front of us, Kid dead.
Close to me.
And he sidesteps Cahagas, and he goes for the double arm DDT, trying to take a page out of his mentor's playbook. But Cahagas saw it coming, grabbed that middle rope, put on the brakes, and Sid Bodie now writhing in pain on the mat as Cahagas now goes right back to work with those signature kicks. And now Cahagas, like a shark smelling blood in the water here. Lateral press, only gonna get one. But it looks like the GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion going right back to work.
He definitely knows how much this title means to him, and he is fighting hard for it.
Another lateral press. And you're gonna have to hook the leg or have a little bit more of a complete cover than that to dispatch Sid Bodie.
Funnel cakes, donuts.
Stuffed animals, the whole nine. The true carnival experience from Sid Bodie.
It's an experience, all right.
As Cahagas has Sid Bodie in the corner, and typically this is where we see a signature series of headbutts and chops.
Ooh,
and Cahagas' chops known all throughout the wrestling world as some of the most dangerous. He's even made a man's heart stop before.
That's terrifying.
As Cahagas, goes for the chop, and Sid Bodie blocks it.
Ooh,
Cahagas needs to be careful there. That's how you break a wrist. And he continues to go to work here as Sid Bodie trying to fight from underneath. You have to hand it to him for not giving up, but right now Cahagas is in control. And the Tokyo Monster here. Typically, Kid Cadet, this is where you might look on the outside of the ring and get some instruction, possibly the next step in the process from Justin Michaels, but without the voice here, Cahagas can only listen to the voices inside of his head.
Sure, yeah, Justin not here tonight. I wonder if that's going to affect another win for Cahagas.
He has to go with his instincts and has to go with what he knows.
Uh-oh.
Does Cahagas, oh no, wait a minute.
Looks
He's
like
got a chair, and we talked about earlier, countouts and disqualifications favoring the champion.
Oh, come on,
But
Cahagas.
wait a minute, there's Lakai. Lakai's out. And the former champion, we talked about him still having a beef with the Tokyo Monster. He rears back, he pulls that chair away. Oh, and there's the mandible claw.
The mandible claw.
Oh no, he's got his nose. It's not in the gullet, but he's ripping right across his face. Oh, and Lakai right across the top of the head.
Oh, we got a disqualification.
And that's going to be a DQ. Senior official Randy Eller is going to call for the disqualification.
Well, a disqualification here, folks, means that...
Ladies and gentlemen, senior official Randy Eller has disqualified Sid Bodie. Therefore, your winner, as a result of a disqualification and still GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion, Cahagas.
Absolutely wild. I don't think that Cahagas had, thought he was going to get waiting there for him.
It looked like we were on the cusp of seeing a brand new champion.
That's what I thought too.
Lakai's frustration, his personal issues set in there, Kid Cadet. And once he connected and made contact with the Tokyo Monster with that that plastic chair, but nonetheless, it still does damage either way.
Yeah.
There's metal all over it. That thing can still certainly make a bit of a difference. Lakai coming to the aid of Sid Bodie. Wait a minute.
Oh, Sid Bodie's not looking too
Sid
thrilled.
Bodie none too pleased that he cost him the championship. Come on now. Lakai let his personal issues get in the way of the present championship matchup here at our 4th annual toy drive.
That was so close, Blake. I thought Sid Bodie had it.
He was right on the cusp of victory there. He had him by the nose.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's one of the carnival games.
I wonder what Lakai's feeling right now.
Lakai hits him with a chair. He's got a whole new enemy.
I feel like he would like the chair.
Smile on Sid Bodie's face certainly might welcome that chair shot.
Oh. What do you think, Blake?
As we were in a bit of a standoff here. Oh, wait.
Going for the...
Is that a handshake?
That's what it's looking like.
He sticks out his hand for the shake. And Lakai will embrace Sin Bodhi. So essentially, the top two contenders for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship coming at least to some sort of truce at the end of this thing. And Lakai, clearly, this is Tokyo Monster Cahagas, the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. That will definitely spill into 2021.
Absolutely, and I look forward to seeing that. Now, this is a very interesting pairing. I'm curious to see if anything can happen between Sin Bodhi and Lakai.
The veteran Sin Bodhi, we're normally seeing him with other oddities, if you will, like our own resident vampire. But Lakai, from the jungles of Haiti, seems to have come to some sort of agreement, some sort of compromise with Sin Bodhi, and it has to do with probably the common enemy of the Tokyo Monster Cahagas. Then when we head into 2021, I cannot imagine what to expect when it comes to Lakai, the Tokyo Monster Cahagas, and that GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship.
I think it's become very clear, especially after seeing in action tonight, Tokyo Monster once again.
So as we know, folks, there are 3 titles in the GWA pecking order. We know Lakai, Tokyo Monster and Cahagas setting up for some big things, rematches down the line heading into 2021. We know Anna Diaz has her next challenger in the form of Kylan King, who slipped by Ruthie J a little bit earlier on, and that looks to be the first GWA Women's Championship match of the new year. But Kid Cadet, the snake-bitten year of 2020, it's been right up in the mix with the tag team titles, right up there with COVID. But I'll tell you what, the tag team title situation, as we head into the new year, there's vaccines, there's all kind of good stuff coming up. New tag team champions along with it.
I'm excited. That means that we're leaving here tonight with new GWA tag team champions. This is going to be a very interesting matchup between fan favorites TC Reed, Steve Beck, and against Alex Chamberlain and Daniel.
And I got to ask you before we head back to the ring to get to our main event. You talked about them, the fan favorites. It's TC Reed and Steve Beck. It's the new combination, the cocky upstarts, if you will, of Chamberlain and Fenrir. Who do you got?
Tonight, I think it's anybody's game. You know what? I'm going to go out there and say it. I think Alex Chamberlain and Damian Fenrir have some interesting things up their sleeve. Ooh.
Whether you like them or not, they certainly have proven their worth and looked like the top contenders. But again, once that bell rings, anything can happen. Will the ultimate underdogs pull off the victory? Only one way to find out, folks. Stay tuned right here to the GWA Facebook and YouTube channels. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Couple commercial breaks. Sin Bodhi meeting some fans in the ring. But don't you go anywhere. When we come back, the GWA tag team titles are at stake, and new champions will be crowned.
Sinister, vampire warrior. I'm a bust that buster, hush that hustler. Sock all you suckers, leave you flunks in a fluster. Punch till you buster, crunch till you cluster. Rock with the ruckus, leave you mashed up, you muster. Lost your mind, now you hanging and clanging for your life. When I strike, I be mangling and strangling with a vice so precise. No man can be handling the vampire warrior who's banging and banging. I'm a crush, I'm a strike with a venomous blow. I'm a swoosh, I'm a spike till the blood overflow. I'm a push, I'm a fight, so you fear of me grow. Ain't nobody immune to the death when we go. I'm a tear, I'm a stab, it's a devilish show. I'm a spit, I'm a jab, leave a hole in your throat. I'm a sear, I'm a slap, in your blood you will flow. Just in case y'all still didn't know, I'm a killer. Yeah, it's the vampire warrior who's fanging and banging. Sinister, vampire warrior. I'm a bust that buster, hush that hustler. Sock all you suckers, leave you flunks in a fluster. Punch till you buster, crunch till you cluster. Rock with the ruckus, leave you mashed
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for our very special guest, Sid Bodie!
Immune to the death when we go. I'm a tear, I'm a stab, it's a devilish show. I'm a spit, I'm a jab, leave a hole in your throat. I'm a sear, I'm a...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we only have one match left tonight. It is another title match that Blake announced at the beginning of the hour that we were going to have new tag team champions walking out of GWA tonight. It's going to be a matchup between
GWA Florida, for those of you who have watched our events on YouTube and Facebook throughout 2020, and for those of you who have been in the asylum, what do we think of Biosuit Man? The unsung hero of the COVID era here in the GWA, the man keeping things clean, sanitized, and fresh, and safe for all of our performers.
Also festive tonight, might we add, in his Santa hat.
Biosuit Man. One more spray. One more spray. One more spray. There we go. Cleaner than any environment you're going to be in right here. Look at this, smelling nice and fresh. We want to give it up to our buddy right here in the front row. Preston, our buddy Preston. He got one of the gift certificates from Marco Salvino. So Preston, not only are you sitting front row with the GWA, you're walking away with a $20 gift card. So a great little holiday present for you. And just to wrap things up, folks, remember, you can still donate toys to our toy drive, and we will be right back here 8 days from right now, almost 7 days, next Sunday, December 20th, 2 to 6 p.m. We will have our fish fry. Tickets are $10. You can get them at the merch table before you head out of here today. Jim Silverdale, young Ron Costello, and Mateo Arroyo will be serving us right here at the asylum. It's going to be a great drive-through, socially distanced. You don't have to worry about interacting if you're not comfortable doing so. So you have a great opportunity to donate, eat some delicious food, and help a great cause. And remember, folks, we'll be right back here for our first show of the new year, January 17th, Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m., right back here in the asylum. And as I alluded to, coming up in February, we will have 2 show weekends. Saturday night, right here in the asylum, a little bit edgier, a little bit more old school, if you will. Event right here, a little more adult themed perhaps. And then on Sunday, the students will be showcased with great student action. So a lot coming up in 2021. And as I mentioned, as long as things continue to improve, we are slated to return to the casino at Dania Beach in the spring of 2021. So keep your fingers crossed, get excited, because I don't know about you, but I certainly miss the near 700 strong going crazy for the GWA inside the casino. So back in March at the casino, we were scheduled to crown tag team champions. That got pushed back a few times. At our anniversary show, Michael Patrick, Leo Bryan, they shocked the GWA, and the Dirty Blondes became the first ever GWA tag team champions. As I talked about at the top, Michael Patrick suffering an injury. He'll be out indefinitely. And the GWA wants to reward you with a present. Tag team champions, before we head out of here into 2021, we've got 2 teams vying for it. You saw the winners earlier on, Chamberlain and Fenrir. And we know, you know, about TC Reed and Steve Beck. So GWA, it's all come down to this, our final match of 2020. Who's ready for our tag team title main event? Ladies ladies and gentlemen, the following is your GWA 4th Annual Toy Drive main event of the evening, and it is to crown brand new GWA Tag Team Champions. Introducing first, team number 1, challenger number 1, at a total combined weight of 465 pounds. They are fighting out of Miami, Florida, the team of Damian Fenrir and Alex Chamberlain.
And I don't think they have any plans to leave here without those belts.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, challengers number 2, fighting out of parts well known at a total combined weight of 390 pounds, the team of TC Reed and Steve Beck.
Whenever I hear that music play, I know we're ready to have a good time. Very excited to be paired up again. It's the team of Reed and the ceremonies. The bag. I've been waiting for this match all night. Like Blake mentioned before, one of these two teams is walking away with the new tag team champions. Of course, the crowd standing for Steve and Trevor. Steve and Trevor.
So as I come sit down here at the broadcast table, I couldn't help but overhearing you kids that. I think you were doing a little cheering there.
I can't help it, Blake, when I hear that.
It's infection.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute, whoa.
No.
As Chamberlain and Fenrir, before the bell, they go right after Beck and Reed, and Fenrir there taking out Steve Beck and wait a second, hold on here. As TC Reed, the head scissors bulldog combination, folks. I'm a little distracted here. Steve Beck looks to be injured. As you know, he's had a knee injury a couple of weeks ago, and Steve Beck, that's the reason they couldn't compete for the tag team titles as a unit the first time around, when we saw Gangrel step in for Steve Beck. As here we go.
Up and
Off the top with the axe handle goes Steve Beck.
So I know that you asked me earlier, Blake, who I thought was going to walk away with the tag team titles. I have to know, who do you think is going to win?
Well, as much as I'd love to say the momentum's on the side of the crowd phase, here we go, Steve Beck lateral press. That's only a near fall. Chamberlain and Fenrir have already picked up a win tonight. They're already warm. Steve Beck has not been inside a GWA ring for a couple of months. You have to imagine there might be some level of ring rust. And in a situation like this, main event, high stakes affair, I don't know if you can afford any slip ups.
That's like, yeah. Only time will tell.
As the double teams are working right here for Beck and Reed, and the double elbow as TC Reed here showing off some new gear as well.
I have to say, though, this definitely puts a smile on my face seeing these two, Steve Beck and TC Reed, teaming up.
They
once again.
organically came together and quickly became one of the most popular teams we've ever seen here in the GWA. And now they are one step from glory. We know they were going to be a part of that tag team tournament back in March, which of course got pushed back multiple times due to COVID restrictions.
But look, it's happening now, Blake. We've reached the time. It is now. Tonight is the night.
And then, of course, the last time out against the Dirty Blondes. Oh, as Trevor Reed dropped by Fenrir. As Fenrir and Chamberlain, you have to admire the athleticism of these two, really coming together as a unit very quickly. As Fenrir pulls Reed out to the center of the ring, the tag into Chamberlain, and here we go. And Chamberlain. A scientific wrestler in his own right.
You can tell that Steve Beck is definitely anxious to get back into this ring.
As Alex Chamberlain has Reed up. The Irish whip sends him for a ride. And that vicious back elbow. That's 235 pounds popping him right in the mouth. And a near fall. And Chamberlain now look at him putting himself in between Reed and Beck, isolating him in the center of the ring. Alex Chamberlain has had a lot of success in recent years as a single competitor, but Kid Cadet for many, many years, he was known as a tag team specialist all around Florida and the country for that matter. Chamberlain really can get it done inside the squared circle as a tag team wrestler. A lot of people unaware of his tag team prowess.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, and I've seen it in action. And, you know, I have to say, him pairing up with Damien, as, you know, evil as they are, if I can use that word, they're definitely a very equal match.
And look at the quick tags in and out here, the double teams in full effect. And usually that takes many, many years, many matches together to perfect that kind of cohesiveness, but it looks so natural between Fenrir and Chamberlain. And a delayed brainbuster suplex right there by the youngster. Lateral press, hooks the outside leg. We might have new champions, but instead it's only a 2. But Fenrir and Chamberlain building off their momentum earlier on, defeating Gangrel and Big Country despite with nefarious means. They slipped by, and here we are in our main event with a chance at the gold.
Definitely. Well, like you mentioned earlier, they've already been in ring tonight in action, defeating Big Country and Gangrel. Do you think that they look tired at all? Because they still look like they have so much energy. They look like they're ready to win.
Oh, wait a minute. Reed makes the tag to Beck, but Randy Eller was paying attention to Alex Chamberlain. He didn't see the tag, and Steve Beck will not get in this matchup.
The crowd is not happy.
And Beck is irate here as he wants to get back in this contest. Steve Beck, of course, one of the most popular men we've ever seen in the GWA, as his infectious attitude just resonates with the fans here. That enthusiasm from Steve Beck, that everyday man competing inside the squared circle, really makes you feel like an underdog can really win the big one.
That he does.
And Chamberlain there on the apron. There's a leg drop to TC Reed. Remember, Kid Cadet, that apron, that's the hardest part of the ring. Minimal padding or protection there. As Chamberlain gonna possibly try and seal the deal here. Rolls over Reed, hooks that inside leg. Bit of a cocky cover there. There's a crucifix. 2. He needs to be careful as TC Reed nearly stole the victory. But Chamberlain comes right back with that signature clothesline.
I thought that was going to be it before Steve even got into the ring.
A lot of force behind that one. 1, 2.
Another 2.
And another near fall, but Kid Cadet right now, it is all Fenrir and all Chamberlain in our 4th annual Toy Drive main event, our finals matchup of 2020 here in the GWA.
I couldn't think of a more perfect way to end the year, Blake.
As the double teams here working right now, the Irish whip right in front of us. Fenrir puts on the brakes as it's reversed by Reed, and Chamberlain now is going to hold Reed.
Oh, no.
But Fenrir pops Chamberlain with the forearm, and TC Reed with a belly to back on Fenrir. He's down, and now TC Reed might be looking for the tag. It could be time for a little Beck effect here inside the asylum.
The entire crowd right now chanting for Steve.
New tag team champions will be crowned tonight. The Dirty Blondes forced to vacate the gold. And Steve Beck and Trevor Reed, they've wanted to taste these championships ever since they were introduced nearly 1 year ago. Oh, and Chamberlain pulls Beck off the apron about a half a second before Reed can make the tag.
And this is why nobody likes Alex Chamberlain. He is seriously so mean.
As Chamberlain now, he's got him up. Oh, and Reed slips back, sends Chamberlain right into Fenrir, and Reed
Finally, we got a tag, folks.
doing his own Ricky to Robert right there. And here comes Steve Beck. Off the top goes Beck, and he's rocking and rolling right here. There's the standing drop kick, beautifully done, taking out Fenrir. He comes right after Chamberlain here on the near side. And listen to this crowd. He's punching away. Fenrir charges it. Oh, there's the crossbody. Beck saw him coming. Well scouted. Lateral press 2. And Chamberlain's going to break it up. Steve Beck has a load of momentum right here, trying to keep it rolling. Chamberlain now going for a suplex. Fenrir steps in. Double team variety on its way. And
What's
wait a minute.
this?
TC Reed helps out his partner. Here we go. And the double stunners.
Wow.
They're both back. And the double super kick.
Is this
Here we
gonna be a
go.
double count
Lateral
out?
press, new champions. Oh.
Oh, double kick out.
2.5 right there. That really would have been a super kick party had they gotten the victory.
That would have been. But at least it still goes to show that even though they haven't had the opportunity to tag recently, they still got it going on.
Here we go. They're going right after Chamberlain. He puts on the brakes. They charge in, and Reed. Oh, Trevor Reed. Oh.
Ouch.
He couldn't make his way over the top. He slides underneath the ropes, and Chamberlain goes right after him. And there's a short arm clothesline by Fenrir. Clubs him right across the side of the head. And as this one's starting to break down here, lateral press by Fenrir only gets one. But Kid Cadet, you have to wonder, somewhere in the back, the man in charge of the Asylum, Gangrel, has to be watching intently at what Alex Chamberlain's up to. Wait a minute, inside cradle, Beck's got him, 2, hey, new champions, new champions, new champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match and new GWA Tag Team Champions, TC Reed and Steve Beck.
I am honored, Blake, that we were able to be here tonight to witness this momentous occasion. I wish you guys could see the crowd right now. Everyone is so excited for this outcome.
History has been made here inside the Asylum. December 12th, 2020. It's the night the underdog stood on top. Steve Beck and TC Reed. After over a year of climbing the mountain, getting knocked off, but continuing to persevere, never giving up, keeps continuing to fight. They overcame injuries. They overcame schedule changes. As they shake the hands of the Vampire Warrior right there, he's congratulating him. But TC Reed, Steve Beck, the second time we have tag team champions in the GWA. What a moment here in the Asylum.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bit emotional. I've been watching you two for a long time. This has been a long time coming, and it happened here tonight, folks, at the 4th annual GWA Toy Drive, new tag team champions. How can you not sing along, Blake? Why are you not singing right now?
As they're standing tall right now, and you have to imagine, they come from parts well known, but now they will be well known as the GWA Tag Team Champions. What a moment for Beck and Reed here at our 4th annual Toy Drive.
Wow. What an end to an incredible night.
So we're going to keep things going here now. We're going to sign off from the Asylum before we sign off on YouTube and Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, what about that? TC Reed and Steve Beck, your brand new Tag Team Champions. What an incredible night here at our 4th annual Toy Drive. We want to thank each and every one of you for coming out, spending your hard-earned money and your Saturday night right here with us at the GWA. And thank you to each and every one of you that donated a toy to our 4th annual Toy Drive. Remember, you still have 8 days to donate. Next Sunday, December 20th, 2 to 6 p.m., right here in the Asylum. We will have our fish fry. $10 tickets, get them on the way out. A great way to cap off 2020. And of course, January 17th, we'll be right back here, our first event of 2021, and as long as things keep progressing, back in the casino in the spring of next year. So thank you to each and every one of you that came out. Have a great rest of the holiday season, and we'll see you in 2021 here inside the Asylum. So what an incredible night right now here inside the Asylum. Kid Cadet,
Blake Chadwick.
the Tokyo Monster Gahaga, still the GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion. But Steve Beck, TC Reed,
brand new tag team champions. What a moment. You could really feel how special that was here inside the Asylum.
I'm really honored that we both got to witness it. We had the best seats in the house, and this was top to bottom one of my favorite GWA shows.
And absolutely, and after all these years, it was a pleasure working with you.
That's right.
Right here on the commentary booth, doing a great job ring announcing as well, and a great way to end 2020 as we head into 2021. Anna Diaz, the women's champion, Agus, the heavyweight champion, and of course, new tag team champions, TC Reed and Steve Beck. They will all have targets on their back as a lot to come down in 2021 here in the GWA. So for all the GWA staff, for the Vampire Warrior Gangrel himself, for my broadcast colleague Kid Cadet, I'm Blake Chadwick. Thank you for joining us at the 4th Annual Toy Drive, and we'll see you in 2021 live from the Asylum.
Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, everybody.